And they're off in the Coral-Eclipse. Mishriff a step slowly away. Alain Kerr will take the early lead. He leads already by 3 parts of a length. Baybridge is in second. Lord North moving up to the inside. The Mishriff has now made a couple of places. On his outside is Native Trail, and the back marker early is Vadeni. As they go down the back straight, they have a mile to go in the Group 1 Coral-Eclipse. The leader is Alain Kerr. Alain Kerr now takes them on towards the final 7 furlongs. He leads still by about a length or so to Lord North on the inside, and on the outside is Baybridge. Next in the field is Native Trail. He's racing at the moment alongside Mishriff, and still at the back of the field is Vadeni as they now go inside the final 3/4 of a mile. It's Alain Kerr and Tom Marquand who still have the lead over Baybridge and Ryan Moore racing in second place. To the inside rail, Lord North and James Doyle in third. Native Trail, William Buick in fourth. Mishriff, David Egan in fifth position, and Christophe Soumillon and Vadeni still last of the Classy 6 as they make the turn back towards home. They have a half mile to go in the Coral-Eclipse, and Alain Kerr will lead them into the home straight. It's Alain Kerr who leads. Baybridge has always been his shadow in second. To the inside, Lord North covered up in third. Ridden to the outside now is Native Trail. Mishriff between rivals. Still at the back of the field is Vadeni. They're bunching up now with just over a 1/4 of a mile to go. Alain Kerr is hanging tough. On his outside, Baybridge has a share of the lead. Native Trail, Vadeni out very wide is staying on. Lord North is splitting rivals. Mishriff in close quarters looking for racing room. It is now Vadeni on the outside. On the inside, Lord North. Native Trail between those two. Vadeni has got the lead. A half furlong to go in the Coral-Eclipse. Vadeni, Native Trail, Mishriff on the outside. Vadeni wins it for France. It's Vadeni who has taken the Coral-Eclipse. It's very tight for second, and unlucky in the run, Mishriff was right there. So too Native Trail, and Lord North has run huge. But this has gone to France, to Jean-Claude Rouget and to Christophe Soumillon. Vadeni wins the Coral-Eclipse.
Vadeni has won the Coral-Eclipse with Christophe Soumillon on board. He's had a trip into the studios. We'll ask you about that in a few moments' time. First, we need to celebrate what was a brilliant win. Let's talk it over the race, shall we, Christophe, from the start, and your thoughts?
Yeah, he jumped out quite well. After a few strides, I saw that Mishriff didn't jump out good, and William straight away was trying to come second deep with the cover, so I didn't have another choice to just get back. I didn't want to fight with anyone, and I just sit behind William for sure. Behind Ryan was probably the best position, but I knew my horse will settle at that position and will be able to give me a good breathe in the turn. And finally, when I came in the straight, I saw that William was traveling quite well, yeah, on my inside I saw that Mishriff was traveling so easy as well.
What's the pace like at this stage?
Just normal, not crazy. With the downhill, sometimes yeah, the pace could be a bit faster, but we have tailwinds at that point, so the horses in front looks a bit relaxed, but I think yeah, the pace start to pick up a bit in the turn when the wind start to come in the horse's ears, and on that time, yeah, I just leave my horse turning and change his legs really well, and then yeah, now the thing's gonna start. And tiens, Mika, Robin, venez là. Derrière, il y a des chevaux là. And yeah, I was just hoping he changed legs on the proper time, and there was yeah, that little uphill. It's gonna come in 50 yards, and after that I just asked him to follow William, and now I knew I could win the race, but I saw Mishriff. I said if he can find the gap on the inside, I'm in trouble now, because he was traveling so well. With Jean-Claude before the race, we are saying that I didn't want to hit the front too early with him, but I have no more option now, because I saw the gap going through William and Ryan, and it was a bit tight for Mishriff, but at the end, yeah, when I asked my horse to quicken, he responds really well. Thank you so much.
Because he's got this one burst of acceleration, hasn't he?
Yeah, and like I said to Jean-Claude, at 80 yards of the line, he just stumbled for a while, and he was a bit unbalanced, and that's why Mishriff came back on me. But no, he gave me a great turn of foot today. It's amazing for a horse like him to come over just a month after the French Derby and and winning this tough race. I'm so excited, and to be honest, I can't even believe it.
It's such a deep race. I mean, you must have looked at the opposition and thought, goodness, this is competitive.
Yeah, it's tough. The thing is, there was a few horses that last year are probably the best horses in the world, and I speak about Mishriff because, yeah, you can see he needs a race probably today, but he was in top form, and last year he was one of the best in the world, and Lord North as well. Last time he missed the gate, the jump out the gates, and today he did everything well. And Native 12 for me is one of the top horses in Europe. So what we did today, it's amazing.
So ideally, is this a horse that you would hang on to a little bit longer if you're not having to cover what's happening on your inside?
The program on 2,000 meter is perfect for him. Zara and His Highness, and the same with Jean-Claude, they will decide what they have to do with the horse. For me, everything is all right. If they trust the horse and think he's able to do it, I will ride the same way and get positive with him. But for sure, I didn't ride a lot of horses like him.
Yeah, where would you put him? I mean, you've won many great races around the world. You know, where would you position him in this early stage of his career?
I will put him, close by Dalakani and Zakaba. Unfortunately, Dalakani, the only time he traveled overseas, he get beat in the Irish Derby. But I think that day, with a bit more experience, I will probably win it. But Zakaba, she never traveled overseas, but she did the French Triple Crown. But no, today I will put him on the top of my list for sure.
That's dizzy company that you've
yeah, Almanzor was the same kind of horses, you know. But yeah, they have something special.
And in terms of ground, how adaptable is he?
For me, he's better on good and soft ground. He ran at 2 years old in a bit sticky ground in Chantilly that day. He didn't like the way I rode him, probably a bit without the cover, but that day he wasn't the same horse. And this year when he came out for his first run, it was a good run, but he needs to have a bit of practice. And his last gallop before the Jockey Club was great, so I was very confident with him. But yeah, today we're still waiting with him because he always gives us something more and more.
And Jean-Claude didn't completely dismiss the Arc, and then he started wondering whether 1.5 miles would be really what he wanted. What do you think?
I think with a horse like him, everything is possible. Like I said, when you have Caesar Star and all these kind of champions, you don't know if they're going to do better than in the Guineas, then they win the Derby, and then at the end they win races everywhere on any distance. When they're good, I think.
And what happened after the line?
I just celebrate. I didn't ride here for maybe 15 years, and I forget that the rail came back to the outside quite fast. And the last 50 yards, I didn't look in front, and I didn't saw William and James on my inside. So when I celebrate, he just my horse just followed the corner, you know, and yeah, I squeeze a bit. It's a bit tough 12 days. It's a bit hard because yeah, in France, if you put somebody on the ground, it's 15 days. It was not on purpose, but anyway, it's a decision of the stewards. I have to accept it.
So what did you say they've given you?
12 days suspension.
Really?
Yeah, so that's quite hard, but it was after the line. Like I said, I'm just happy if the horses that I put in trouble didn't have any problems and they come back home safe. The rest, it's life. 12 days. I'm gonna have some little holidays. I work very hard this season, and I think the kids gonna be happy with my wife to have a little bit of days off.
And are these your children here?
Yeah, sons. The ladies are home.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Some good climbing, but fell backwards twice.
Not that good because he's falling, so.
He seems to be fine though. No
he's
fuss
all right.
about
He's
it.
tough.
Yeah.
He's like his dad.
I'm impressed by his attitude. Christophe, it's great to see you as
Thank
ever.
you so much.
Many congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you. Jean-Claude Rouget has won the Coral-Eclipse with Vadeni, with Christophe Soumillon on board. A deep race, a superb winner. Thank you very much for bringing your Prix du Jockey Club winner over. You must be delighted with what he has done there.
Yes, I'm always delighted to win Group 1 in England or Ireland because it's real challenges and not easy for us. And yes, it's a great day today, like other days when I won in Ascot and Leopardstown and Newmarket. Yeah.
Yes, it's like the days of Almanzor, isn't it? It's great to see him over. You never brought Almanzor to the Eclipse. Was it the plan after Chantilly to come here?
I don't know why, Because no, we did Deauville Group 2, who has a purse money like a Group 1, to prep the Irish champion. But,
So why here with Vadeni?
why? Because we decided not to run the Dornano, the Group 2 in Deauville, so after it was a long time to go to the Irish champion. So we had, because the horse was very well 1 week after the race, after the Jockey Club, so we decided to come here.
And did you think he would like fast ground as well?
He won on soft at Deauville last year at 2, but he has the action of a good ground horse. But he can go on lightly soft, yes.
And what did you think of the race here? It was competitive, wasn't it?
Very competitive because, for my opinion, not too fast the first part of the race. Maybe less quick than usually here. So everyone at the beginning of the straight had his chance. And when you see it's a long straight. But I was very confident to have him behind. We decided to. It's not a horse to put on the fight too early. We have to preserve his change of foot and the acceleration.
He's got a fabulous burst of
Yes.
acceleration,
Yeah,
really fabulous. We saw that at Chantilly and here as well. What now? Might you go to York for the international, or are you
No.
sticking? Right,
No.
you're sticking to the Irish champion.
Yeah.
And where beyond that? What is your sort of far-reaching thought for the end of the season? Are you thinking Champion Stakes or a Broad Breeders' Cup, or even going up to the Arc for a mile and a half?
Yes. That will be certainly Ascot or Longchamp as the Arc. We don't know. Today it's too early, but for me he's a typical mile and a quarter horse.
So maybe not the Arc.
Maybe not,
Okay.
but that can change.
And what does this success mean? Your first visit to Sandown?
Yes, yes. I know many racetracks in England, but I've never been here. It's nice. It's nice. I like this long, straight finishing. It's a bit like Leopardstown on the other hand. Before the race, I was confident for my horse on this type of track.
Yes. I bet it looks even better now as
Yeah.
well. Many congratulations. It's brilliant
Thank
that
you.
you've bought the horse here. Thank you so much
you.
and many congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.